Pursuing God's Heart, and we're in John chapter 15, and John chapter 15, verse 13. You can almost pick the verses at random in this part of John. It's wonderful stuff. Greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends. Isn't that amazing? There's all sorts of ways of expressing love, but the greatest expression of love is to give everything. I mean, love is a giving thing. So giving a gift, giving a card, giving a compliment, it's all an expression of love. But to lay down your life is the ultimate act of giving. And Jesus is saying greater love has no one than this. There's no expression of love greater than laying down your life for your friends. I remember the moment my first child was born. As she emerged and I held her for the first time, I'd never obviously been a dad because she was my first child. So this was the first moment where I held my own child, and I had this overwhelming sense I would die for this person, and subsequently the others too. And you don't kind of throw that phrase around, do you? But if someone you love dearly is under threat and about to be killed by a train, a bus, whatever, a bullet, of course you jump in the way because you love them to that extent. It kind of makes sense in terms of human families, but this is Jesus speaking. And of course, if Jesus says greater love is no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends, how precious is it that the next phrase is, you are my friends. And he goes on to talk about the relationship between them. He goes on to talk about kind of the difference between friends, being friends rather than just being servants, and so on. So it's not strictly speaking just referring to verse 13, but the whole gospel says it's referring to verse 13. The whole gospel says that the greatest love that we could ever know, the greatest love that we could ever be aware of, that we could be experiencing, transformed by, is for someone to lay down his life for us. And I suppose we could sit and think, I wonder how many people would actually do that when push came to shove. Would my friends really lay down their lives for me? Don't spend too long on that. That could be discouraging. Instead, spend time thinking about this. Would Jesus lay down his life for me? And the answer to that is crystal clear. He's already done it. That's the greatest love. And that's what captures our hearts as we look to Jesus and as we see Jesus and therefore see the heart of the Father towards us. Greater love has no one than this, than what Jesus did, laying down his life for you and for me.